Hi everybody, just going to start well, I already started another little project last night. I found I had this sketch and wash paper pad, and so it's 216 GSM, so it's actually quite a nice cardstock. Both my daughters have birthdays in a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd make them a little booklet, not a card, a booklet. And I've started them already. What I've used is the full sheet, and I've folded it in half, and I've used 4 sheets because it's quite thick, and then I've sewn them and bound them. And I've just started. Found some old pictures, or a little. This one's for this, so I chose pomegranate as a little bit of a theme. Started to make collages, so it's it's still obviously very early. I've only just started. Putting funny little things in, like when we went to I think it was Movie World up at Queensland when they were younger, and that's the book. So I'll start to work through some of the little bits and pieces that I have going on. This one's Lily's one, so pineapple was what we used to have a bit of a joke about pineapples, so hers is pineapple. She started a collage. First day of kinder. Is it out of the frame? Yeah, that's a bit out of frame. First day of kinder. Okay, so this is what was already in the other one. Already had a pocket, and I'll show you. And this is one. I've already made the pocket for it, and it's just a sequence of photos when she was younger, and there's a sequence of both of them doing the rock climbing wall, and I've made it into a concertina pull out and tucked it in there. I'm actually thinking I might put some writing paper on the back. Depends. As with these things, I don't always pre-plan them, and we just see what happens as we go along. So what I've yet to do in Liz's book is this little envelope tuck spot, and these are just the back of the, where have they gone? The cards. You know, you can get these quite cheap, those cards, and then I've just put a bit of colour on there. Both my daughters are similar but different. So for Lily, I've not just the pineapple, it's also she loves pink, she likes plants, with her little one of these. I'll just show you how I did it. She likes this sort of pattern and pink colour and gold, that's her favourite. So with these ones, I've just lined them up. Actually, I use my bone folder. I'm just giving them a little gap so that they so that they'll fold. If they're too close together, they won't fold. And I've just used a bit of washi tape. Stand up to do this. the back as well, so it's not covered. So that's all I've done with the photos, ready to be put into the little tuck spot. Okay, so my cutting mat. I'm cutting down the this for the tuck spot. Using the grid on the cutting mat. Okay, so let's have a look at the last one. I've just done a little bit around there so that it stands out, because it's the same material, so it won't stand out from the background if it hasn't got, if you know, if you don't have something in, you might not notice. So that just helps to define it. And I used the fabric glue for the edges and then put the same washi over the top. So with Liz's book, I've noticed she's been wearing mustard a lot, so I found a washi that had a mustard dot, and I haven't picked out, I couldn't find another colour that made it quite obvious for Lily that this would be fine, but with this one I've ended up using the beach scene. Both the girls loved the beach and surfing when they were younger. Just colour this up a bit. There you go. That's all I need to do on that for now. And that colour is the Gothic Purple, which is one of my faves. That's what I use for the stamps. Cover that and clean that up a bit. Okay, so the reason I used the Fabric Fix on the edges was just because it's Fabric Fix actually is the same as the 3-in-1 in America, but it's a quick grabbing glue, and I just find it bonds really well. Glue stick doesn't always do a good job on this sort of thing when it's heavier card. And just lining it up, down, and using my bone folder just to get it to adhere. And what I need is that washi tape that I was using, wherever it may be. This is Lily's book, so the theme for this one is the bamboo on the pink. Actually, both the girls love plants in different ways. This is Landscape Architect. Lily loves design, so they both have similar things but different. And one of the hard things about, of course, is that their birthday's coming up in 2 weeks. They're 5 days apart. Is well, Lily's not in this state, she's in Queensland, so I won't be able to see her for her birthday. And even though Liz is in this state, well, we're all not really meant to be seeing people, are we? So don't know what's going to happen about that. Maybe we'll have to meet somewhere and I can give her this from a distance throw it over. Throw it over like a boomerang or something. Or maybe not a boomerang. Boomerangs are supposed to come back. Okay, so that's how that is. Just going to leave that out while I'm doing this. So I decided when I was doing the other one that I would leave this bit of a gap up here. I realised maybe if I was going to do it on the other one, I probably should have punched it and stuck it on first, but I hadn't. And you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And it's the thought that counts, really, isn't it? The gift of giving. Might put a little bit of this around the edges. And I find, because this is paper on paper, that the glue stick works really well. It'll hold that on. Just the card on the card was just a bit harder to get to adhere. I put on the other one a little something nice. Okay, well that one says happy birthday, so I don't know if I want a happy birthday. But You're Simply Amazing is a nice one, so I will just find that little pad. Oh, here it is. I did get it out. I had got it out after all that. Oh, this is nice. But this one, this sticker. There. Okay, so now I'm going to do the envelope for the other card. It's really quite simple, really. I just opened one, peeled this off, and just tucked it in here and lined it up that way, like that, and then peeled this one off, done that, and it's ready. Just like that. So it's ready to be put in here. Let's put it where? I like it there. So you don't need to put anything on this side because we're going to glue that down. or I could glue it this way. These are kind of like super extended cards, really. They're not really, you know, they're not really books per se, but I'd like them to be able to add to it, write a little story, maybe a story about Grandma, or, you know, a story about the day they went to Movie World. This is funny because they're actually in their 20s, so these pictures are really old. So I don't know that I want anything to be able to flop out. So I think what I'm probably going to do is do it this way, which means, now this is Alyssa's book, and I still was yet to find something I was really happy with to cover. I don't have anything mustardy. Right, I'm going to get the tub out. Shut that door. Get the tub out and have a little look. And just, isn't it amazing? The first thing I saw was this giraffe print, which I think is the sort of thing, because I'm going for a kind of a slightly beachy, sandy kind of theme. You know, I got out these ones because they're sort of sandy, which goes in with the, can you see there, that mustardy, move that way, that might be a bit confusing. Anyway, let's do this envelope. Put those over there, out of the way. For now, okay, so this part's been stuck down. You can do that so you don't get confused. And we're going to, oh no, we're not, are we? We're doing it this way. Yes, so that's going to be the pocket. This is going to close off. All right, so not that one, that one. Okay, that's being stuck down. This is going to be stuck over that. Once again, it's paper, so it'll glue sticks fine. Good old bone folder. And, you know, if it's a bit, you can always give it a little trim if you've gone a bit over. Just like that. Make sure you can still fold it. That's probably needs just a little bit off there. Now, let me get the other one out and just have a little look. Alright, so I stuck one down like that. This is going the opposite way. And then I have stuck another bit. You can see it. See it? Yep. Stuck another bit on this side. Just put some glue in there the best way I can. With this one, I see the corner of the envelope there, this little corner. I just made sure that the paper was short enough to be back in a bit. So not right up to this line, but back in a bit. So you can see how I'm lining it up here and here. And then it doesn't need to be super, you know, it doesn't need to be exact like that one. That one ended up exact, but it can be a bit in, and then you've got room to go around with your ink, just to ink the edges. Maybe I'll use a brown. Maybe I'll use, this is the ganache. Use the ganache for the edges of this one. Give it some definition. Be stuck down, so that's not going to be a problem. That one. How is everyone anyway? How's everyone going with this self-isolation? One of the hardest things at the moment is people who live on their own probably are finding it very hard. Okay. We've got a bit of a routine happening. I'm glad I've got someone in my spare room, and we get along really well. We're getting a bit of a routine happening. We've got the little mini trampoline downstairs now. Mine, I'll put it downstairs. Getting good old bounce in for getting the lymphatics happening. And just noticed I put glue there, so hopefully that is not going to... Oh no, something happened. Oh, that's the side that should have been the... This is the side that should have been the open side, because the envelope thing goes in there. Oh, whoops, I did a whoopsie. Oh well, that does definitely have to be glued down then. And we will turn it upside down. Let's see if I can rejig it to work. Ah, play, it's fun, isn't it? Okay, this side's meant to be the shorter one. Let's see how we go getting the edge up. Oh dear, I might have to start this again if I've messed that up. Oh, there's one, I've got a bit of a hole. Let's see if we can do this just gently. Don't want to go. Lucky I didn't do the fabric glue. Okay. Oh, we've got it open. Alright, I am going to cut this back a bit. Let's see how's going to be the best way to do this. Alright, that's the pocket now. Give it a little punch. Let's get our brown thingy. You know it's a thingy. Thingy's the right word, isn't it? Alright, we can put things in here now. Let's just do a reinforcement. There. And you know, I don't particularly like this part here showing, and that's obviously a different blue to this one, and it's kind of okay. It's nice to have that bit of contrast where you can tuck these in, but here I'm not quite so happy about that. But what I'll just do is use the washi for as the theme, the themed washi for this one. Cover that a bit higher. And then it doesn't really matter, does it? Probably do that here on this one. This way it's going to fold. It still needs to fold. So in actual fact, I really was, yeah, that's it. I was right the first time that was the one I had to stick down. It just depended whether you want it this way or this way. So this one is this way. And I noticed with this one I left that gap there. I can probably write something there. Anyway, it's a work in progress always. So this is going this way. All right. And then this bit will need something on it. But I think yeah, okay. I can do that once it's stuck down. It's not really a problem. Did I forget anything? Okay. Whoops, quickly before I stick it down, let's go around. A bit of definition to the edge. Bit more glue. And now we have lift off. We have stick down. What I might do is add a bit of fabric glue on the outside of that. I think, yeah, you know what, I'm actually not going to pull it up because it won't work, but I'm going to stick some fabric glue in along the edge to just really get that binding. Hold that for a second. I felt like that was just going to keep lifting up. This seems, nope, there's a bit coming off there. Oh dear. How's this edge? Let's just put a dob there. That'll get it. Right, done. Okay. Where's the other one? Right, so on this one, just a bit of washi to hold it and a little happy birthday. So maybe we'll use one of those. And we might need a bit more giraffe colour. Let's see if there's any left in my little pile of things. I'm going to find something else. I'd like to stick with the giraffe if I've got any more. I don't know if I have. Oh, actually, she likes that colour too, I think. I've seen her wearing that. Oh, there's some more giraffe. Alright, what do you reckon? Let's see. This and that. This and that. That stands out, doesn't it? Maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll do this star thing, and then she can get a surprise when she opens it and there's giraffes. Quite mad. Okay. I'm allowed to be getting older. Shot there. Anyway, so we've set up a little mini tramp downstairs, and we've got the yoga mats, and we've got the Google Chrome set up so we can put on YouTubes for exercise, or we can put some music on. I've been having a bit of a laugh. Don't know if anyone remembers the old Solid Gold dance floor. The old show, Countdown, some people may remember. Solid Gold dance floor. Get on that mini tramp and have a good old bounce around. Especially once we're not allowed to go out, if that's what happens. At the moment we're still going out for walks and around the block or down the park. Although that won't last too long, I'm sure. Let's see. Happy birthday or happy birthday. I like this one. cards. These are what I use, these little cards. They're so good, you can get quite cheap. And we're just going to make 2 to fit in here, to be the little tuck spot. And, well, maybe I'll use this colour on the inside. I think the beach would be nice, but my offcuts are a bit small and I don't think I have another one left. And let's see if we can fit them on there. Nope. Can fit one. Maybe we'll do one of each. Perhaps that's a good idea. So making it up as I go. It's the whole fun of it, isn't it? And in one of the last videos I did, I was mentioning that I was going through all the tubs in the garage. One of the things I'd found was a whole pile of glue sticks, and they've been in the garage. They've been pretty old, so I'm actually surprised they weren't totally dried out and not working, but they seem to be working really well, which is good. Okay, here's one little card ready to go. Easy. I don't probably get off camera there a bit, but all I did was do a bit of a corner punch. That's better. It's annoying when it does that thing. It doesn't work. There we go. Good. Okay, so there's one ready to go, one little card, and hopefully she'll have a bit of fun writing some things on the back. And, well, what are we going to use? That's small. Oh, okay, looks like it's a giraffe one. Keep getting off camera. At least I've sorted out a bit of a setup so as it's not shaky cam like most times, but I have to say this is still, I like to sit down when I'm working, and it's still a bit far away, I think, from you know, if I stand up it works really well. I don't always want to stand up for that length of time. Being as we've already had the yoga class on the solid gold dance floor this morning, I think I'm quite entitled to have a little sit for a minute. Till the next time, ready to go again. Got the weights out. Alright, so now we've got 2 little cards in there that she can write on. And let's have a look. Okay, I still want to put something up here, maybe something here. I'd like to fill up some of these areas, but I might end up, I may possibly just end up tea staining or something, because they look a bit bland and a bit white like that. So I might make some coloured cards for little areas for a bit of writing. I actually also, I was thinking about what you would put in things like this, and I realised that, you know, in terms of a junk journal sort of style, it's kind of a bit funny because it's like it's a present for a birthday, but it's also a booklet. So it's got things in as a reminder to them of when they're younger, the girls, and some of the fun things that they did. And, you know, I like the sequence. It's the up and the down on the rock climbing wall when she was probably about, maybe 9, I suppose, there. I'm thinking, do I put cards on here so that she could actually write something about that experience? Actually, I will probably do that. but I might end up, because it's sort of long, it could be a story, so possibly it might be better with a big sheet of tea stain paper, or I'm going to think about that one. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm making it up as I go. Anyway, I thought that I wanted to put a nice message on the front of those sorts of things, that particular part of it, because what did I do on Lily's? Happy birthday, and then, yeah, do little messages, a nice little message. There she is when she's dressed up being an artist, which is what she is now. And I will, I want to do something on this one where I fill it up a little bit more and then put some gesso on it. Okay, so there's a whole lot more I can do, but I just actually wanted to just do this in different parts so as it's not too long, and so that people also get time to gather some materials together if they actually want to do one of these themselves. Okay, that there. That was just going to keep peeling up. Okay, so when I keep finding I'm getting, even though the stays on is actually supposed to stay on, I'm finding that when I'm using fabric glue that if I rub it, a bit of the colour comes up. So, you know, things like that I'll be looking at to cover somehow, whether it's collaging round. I didn't want to put any more photos in. I've still got lots, but I didn't want to overdo it. Of course, I'll gesso a bit on this one. So there's still things to do, obviously, but for now, in this particular one, this is all. I probably should maybe put something near the back of them grown up. So yeah, I was thinking, what else can I put in here? Got tuck spots and notes, something that they achieved. And I actually thought what I might print out is their favourite recipe. I thought I might write up their favourite recipe and put it in somewhere in here. So yeah, that's it for this one. This will be part one, and we'll just keep working on it over the next few videos. And well, I hope I wasn't too far off the camera from too much of that, because that will be damn annoying. I promise I will get this camera stuff sorted, and one day it will be perfect. But for now, imperfect is fine. There. Oh, have a lovely day, and we will talk again another time. Bye.